Okay, thank you, and welcome to today's webinar for the online bachelors. We will be running through a few things today. Thanks for everyone for attending. So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you are attending. So today, part one, we'll be doing a program video. Then we'll be doing a study format and Coursera platform, bit on the admission requirements, the application process and tuition fees, degree recognition, graduation, and then we'll be ending with a live Q&A. There'll be a Q&A box on your screen, so if you do have any questions as we go, then please do fill out any questions in the Q&A, and we'll answer as many questions at the end as we possibly can. So next we'll watch a video and let's get started. Awesome. Thanks for watching that with me, everyone. So now that we've received a high-level overview of the program, let's look more into what we're studying online through Coursera and what studying looks like. So I'm sure most of you have already experienced with Coursera platform, but for those who don't worry. It's very easy to figure out. I'll walk you through the main points and feel free to ask more questions about this during our live Q&A. The Bachelor's in Business Administration program is delivered directly and entirely online through Coursera. You'll be able to access all the materials needed for your studies at any time, as long as you have an internet connection. This means that most of the time you can study at your own pace. Many of our students are working full-time, part-time, or taking care of loved ones, and enjoy taking the program at a pace that works best for them. If you're able, you can even work ahead. If you have more time to study, you should expect to spend between 10 to 12 hours per week studying each module. You'll also need to regularly check your university portal. The student portal is a gateway to all of your additional learning resources. There you'll find the most up-to-date information, including registration dates, exam dates, as well as wonderful resources to support all your development, such as well-being material, career development exercises, and student support services. Now, on our right of the screen is an access to the portal. To help you better understand how the learning process works on Coursera platform, let me walk you through a sample course for the University of London on the Coursera platform. Once you log into the Coursera platform, you'll see the courses you've registered for on your dashboard, and you'll see this on the screen. The modules are broken down into a weekly workload that you can view at any time. This will help you keep pace with the workload. Each week, we will have pre-recorded video lectures, quizzes, and interactive activities. There are also discussion forums where you can speak to fellow students and professors. So you can see this here. It's broken down week 1, week 2. You'll also get access to things like your student journal, your messages, course info. This will be where all your exams sit, and everything else that you will need for this course. Now, the minimum duration for this program is 3 years, which is a standard length for a bachelor's degree in the UK. But since this degree is flexible, you can vary your workload. The university gives you up to 6 years to complete all the required modules at your own pace. You'll have a hard deadline for some of the assessments and final exams, which will be highlighted in a syllabus you receive. Here, I also would like to mention that all assessments are now taking place online. Each module of the Business Administration program is assessed by 2 elements of assessment. The first one comprises 4 multiple choice question tests, taken at 5 weekly intervals throughout each 22-week session. This will contribute to 30% towards your final grade. The remaining 70% of your grade will come from the assessment element 2, which is a 3,000-word final online examination held at the end of each session. They'll be held around September and March. Also, some modules have group work, where you'll need to work asynchronously with your peers, so please plan for them as well. You will receive plenty of support within this program. The virtual learning environment, or VLE, on the Coursera platform is where you'll find your lessons, activities, assignments, and additional study resources. You will also have an opportunity to join online tutorials with the University of London professors, who will provide with you and support you and guide you through each study session. These tutorials are not mandatory to attend, but they are highly encouraged. They are highly encouraged. Each tutor has their own group of students to make sure you feel fully supported in this program. For any non-academic inquiries, such as course advising, you can reach out to your online support system, who will be able to provide support through your learning journey. Hopefully, you now have a clear understanding of what studying online is like. Now, let's look into the general admissions requirements and the documents you need to submit your application. In order to qualify for the program, you must be aged 17 years or older on the registration deadline date, which is the 25th of September 2023. The University of London accepts qualifications from all over the world. I encourage you to use the link Divya is now going to share in the chat to review your country's qualifications. Please note that the University of London does accept many of the awards that are not listed on this website, such as non-listed school qualifications, diplomas and professional awards. Applications are now open, and the deadline for your application is September the 11th, 2023. So I do recommend you apply as soon as possible, as it can take the University of London up to 15 days to process your application. So once again, just to confirm, the University of London does accept many awards that are not listed, and there is an application fee for the fall 2023 cohort, which is £60 GBP. To complete your application, you will need a scanned copy of your personal identification, birth certificate, passport, national identification card, scanned copies of your official academic transcripts, evidence of English proficiency, if English is not your first language, and a supporting statement describing why you want to take this program. If you would like your employment to be considered as part of your application, you may upload a CV or resume. That's completely optional. To start your application, please go to the Coursera website and click on the blue arrow Apply Now. button, which will take you to the University of London application portal. The first question you'll be asked when you start your application is whether you want to apply for the standard or performance-based entry. To understand which route is best for you, please make sure to check your country requirements by following the link we shared in the chat box. If you satisfy those requirements, choose standard entry, otherwise choose performance-based. The difference between them is that if you get accepted into performance-based admissions, you will need to complete one module with a weighted average of 40% or above before progressing onto the rest of the program. The application itself is pretty straightforward. Please prepare all the documents we spoke about in advance, and then it shouldn't take you more than about 30 minutes to complete your application. If you have any questions or concerns regarding the application, feel free to reach out to your enrollment services team at any stage of your application process. We will be sharing a link to booking meetings with the enrollment counselors towards the end of this webinar. Make sure you submit your application before the 11th of September 2023. After submission, please check your email box regularly, as the University of London might ask you some additional information. You will also receive an email with their decision and further instructions. So that is very important. If you do not supply any documents for this course, you will be reached out to. These may go into your spam folder or your junk mail. So please do keep an eye on those. If you haven't heard back and it's been more than a few weeks, then please do check those folders just to make sure that we haven't contacted you. For those who have already been accepted, the next step is registration. When you're ready to register for the modules, for which the deadline is the 25th of September 2023, log into your student portal using the login details the university emailed to you. Once you've logged into the student portal, click the Registration Now button, and you'll be able to see which modules are offered in the session and register. You can study up to 2 modules per semester in addition to this. You can resit assessments or repeat modules if necessary. It's strongly recommended you take Foundations of Quantitative Methods for Sustainable Organizations, BU 1510, and Interpreting Management, Market and Consumption, BU 1520, during the first term. To complete your registration, you'll need to pay for your modules. The cost of the program is between depending on your location. Divya will now share a link with the country bands in the chat box. So you can now check for yourself. If your country is a Band A country, you will pay £14,135. And if it's a Band B country, you'll pay £18,915. Also, I would like you to know that you don't have to pay for these fees straight away. You pay as you go for each module you take. So these fees will be divided between the years of study. After you've registered and paid for your modules, you'll need to receive your university email address, an invite link to your Coursera account to the degree program. There, you'll see the orientation courses that you'll need to complete before classes begin. This course covers everything you need to know from the start of the program to make the best use of your studies. And it will be done step by step. It will go over the program policies, how to navigate Coursera, communication channels, to help seek and how to connect with other students. You should allow up to 6 hours to complete this course. Once you've completed that, you'll receive access to the modules, and when the teaching session begins on the 9th of October 2023, you'll have access to all of your study materials at the start of the session, except for some of the assessments and final examinations, which may be locked from a certain date and time. Now, let's talk about your degree itself and your possible career path in more detail. The BSc in Business Administration is a standard bachelor's degree in the UK. The University of London holds the standards of this programme to the exact same expectations of the UK Business Administration degree that would be held on campus. The academic level and objectives are aligned with the UK benchmarks. Your degree certificate will not mention Coursera or the fact that this was completed online. The University of London's understanding is that a UK degree is typically accepted for entering a master's programme worldwide. But since some countries' education systems are structured differently, I'd recommend contacting the admissions department of the specific university you are interested in to see what requirements they have and if there's a grade you need to achieve. If you require any documents for your application, you can contact the university for assistance. There's many different possibilities of careers for you upon graduation. You can see some sample roles on this slide, but generally, with credentials from a globally recognized institution, which the University of London is, you'll be able to discover and you'll be in demand for business opportunities at international companies, and will be able to fit easily into roles that collaborate across borders. After studying with learners around the world within this program, you will cultivate a global mindset, which will allow you to bring your new expertise to business sectors everywhere. Just to give you an idea, on campus, graduates from the Royal Holloway School of Business and Management have gone on to work in various international companies, including Versace, Barclays, Nissan, Deloitte, Xerox, and Goldman Sachs. Upon your graduation, you'll also become part of the university's alumni network, which unites all the University of London alumni worldwide. It will provide you with some great networking opportunities. For career support, the University of London works closely with the Careers Group, a university service, to offer a range of fantastic online resources to maximize your experience. Resources include video tutorials on interview preparation, technical resume writing, building your LinkedIn and personal branding. They also host career webinars twice a week throughout the year, so I highly encourage you to attend at least one of those. Well, thank you for attending, and we now have some questions in our live Q&A. So please do write any questions and I will answer everything I can. Okay. Also, before I go into the Q&A, there is a QR code on the right side of the screen. So if you don't have your question answered, or you have a follow-up question that's not answered today, then if you could please scan the QR code and you can book in some meeting time with my colleague Divya, who's an enrollment counselor and a specialist in this course, and she will be able to answer anything for you. The first question we've had is about ID cards for students in the US. Could you be more specific with that question? I don't know what aspect of the ID cards, or if you mean student IDs or anything. So please do be a bit more specific and I'll answer what I can. Okay. How long does the program take to complete? So the program will take between 3 and 6 years to complete. If you're working and intending to study the degree alongside, you can pay for the modules as you go and study at your own pace. So on average, a student studying, they'll finish the degree within about 4 and 5 years. What is the required time commitment, and can I complete this program if I'm working full-time? Sure. Many of the students are working full-time who take this course, and they're sort of caring for families and sort of completing this program alongside full-time work. You can choose how many modules you'd like to study each session, up to a maximum of 2 modules, or 3 including resits and repeats. So the time commitment will vary from student to student, but as a guide, you should allow about 300 hours for each modules, completed throughout a 22-week session. Please repeat the 2 recommended courses that were mentioned earlier in the degree slide. Let me just find where I put them. So the 2 courses would be Quantitative Methods for Sustainable Organizations and Interpreting Management, Market and Consumption. So they're the 2 modules that are recommended. Can I apply different degree programs in the same application portal? You would need to make different applications. So if you want to apply for different courses, you would need to make separate applications. You can't sort of put in a blanket application for multiple different courses. So if you are interested in 3 different courses, you would need to make 3 different applications. They're all viewed sort of differently. How many modules to complete this program? So there are 12 core modules within this course. Will there be a graduation ceremony? Yes, the students who successfully complete this program will be invited to the annual graduation ceremony in London. It's held in Barbican Centre, so it's not held on campus, it's held with all the campus students in the Barbican Centre in central London. And upon graduation, you will be invited to attend that. We've had a question about credit transfers. We do have a thing called recognition of prior learning. So there is the option to apply for recognition of prior learning. There is a fee for each module that you request information on. So each module that you want to be reviewed is done separately. So and they do need to be like-for-like matches. So if you were trying to get recognition for prior learning for, say, 6 modules, you would have to pay 6 different times. And there is no guarantee that if the modules aren't match for match, that you would be taken straight across. So it is something that we do, but you need to think about what modules match our modules, and you need to put a case forward for recognition of prior learning. There's more information on that on our website. Then someone's asked, is this course not free? No, this is a paid course. It is paid for all of our students. So as previously said, it's either £14,135 or £18,915. So all of our students do pay for this course. So no, this is not free education. Do the University of London offer any internships or exchange programs for online students? This wouldn't be part of this course. The reason there's no internships or sort of exchange programs is there are students worldwide, so we can't put any element into a course that does not match what all students can do. So as different sort of people are in different stages in life and different sort of criteria, there aren't any internships or exchange. So that's not something that would be part of this course. Can we attend on-campus modules during the 4 years? So this course is held in an online format. So because it's run online, there are no sort of campus modules to attend. There are the live sessions, but they're sort of recorded online. So as it doesn't follow sort of the same, the campus courses don't follow the same pattern as the online course, then unfortunately you wouldn't be able to come to campus to use them to attend sort of live modules. Yeah, the course is pay as you go, so there is no need to pay for all modules upfront in advance of starting. So you can pay module by module. We have a couple of different systems. You can pay through the online portal, or we have a system called Flywire to make payments. But no, we don't expect sort of the full £18,915 in advance of starting. Okay. Is it possible to complete the degree in less than 3 years if prior credits get recognised? The course still follows a format, and all and we don't run every module at each time. So if you were to be admitted from a couple of the modules, you would probably just end up leapfrogging over those modules and taking, say, one module rather than two. So the course would probably still take around 3 years to complete because it follows a course calendar. So it wouldn't be as simple as just not having to do the first 6 months and then sort of moving on from there, or not doing the first year and a half and just having to do the second year and a half. So even if you are you do get recognition of prior learning, I would still budget for the fact that this course will still probably take around 3 years. Can I repeat what I said about internships? Just to reiterate, part of this course is not internships, and we don't have any sort of thing like that set up. So you don't have the opportunity. It's not something that's part of this course, as it's not something that we would have set up across the world. So we don't put it into any of the courses. I've had a couple of things of, why is the course not free? Can I join for free? Unfortunately, this is a paid course. So I'm afraid that the option to join free is not something that we offer. We do have two different prices as discussed for the course to try and make it sort of competitive and fair to different geographies, but the course is a paid course, and it's paid to all students. So unfortunately, we're not offering this as free education. Would students get a student card? Yes, when you start the course, you can email the library and give them I think they need a photograph and a form of ID, but they will be able to send you a student ID card. And if you are based in the UK, you can use that student ID to access the library. So once again, there are 12 modules in the bachelor's program. Yeah, I think that's most of the questions that we've had answered. Are transcripts required for mature students? So if you have previously done education and you have transcripts from a previously completed degree, then please do submit them as part of the application, because they will all help build your application and give our academic team a good idea of what you've previously done and help us make the offer of a place. Is there a master's program you can follow this up with? So there are multiple master's programs which are done by the University of London. We do one in cybersecurity, which is also online. And this course would meet all of the requirements for a master's program. So obviously it would be dependent on grades, but being a full bachelor's qualification, upon graduation, if you did want to complete a master's, then this would be the right route into starting masters. Okay, I think that's all of the questions that we've got. So if you do have any sort of follow-up questions, we just had a couple more come through. So someone said, sorry, I just wanted to make sure. So we just have the opportunity to attend the graduation on site at the university, right? Not for study for the entire years. Yes, so you are able to attend a graduation ceremony, but this course is 100% online. So you can come to campus and do the graduation, or it's at the Barbican Centre in London, not on campus, but you are able to attend the graduation, but this course is 100% online, so there aren't classes to attend. So no, there wouldn't be the opportunity to study online on campus. The studying for this course is online, and the graduation is in London. There are a couple of questions left over that haven't been answered. They're quite broad questions, or they're sort of specific to the students. So if you would like any further questions answered that haven't been answered, then please, once again, click the QR code and book in some time with Divya. Oh, do I need a business background? You do not need a business background or relevant work experience to be admitted onto this program. But please see the entrance requirements on the website, and they'll be able to answer further that question. For those out of the country, will there be info and resources on coming to London for graduation? I don't know what you mean by resources. There will be information on how to travel to London and how to attend the ceremony. The flights and sort of booking getting to London will need to be covered by yourself. That's not covered within the cost of the course. So you will need to find sort of places to stay, and you'll need to find sort of flights over to the UK, but the information on actually attending where it will all be provided when you graduate. Okay, we'll give it one more minute just to see if there's any final questions come through. So just 1 minute more. Okay, well, if there's no further questions, here you can find some key dates for the course. So here you can find the key dates for the fall 2023 cohort. We'll be sending out a recording of this webinar to your follow-up email, and you can schedule an appointment there. Also, if you have any further questions, feel free to schedule a call with Divya, your enrollment counsellor. The link for her will be shared in the chat box now. Thank you, everyone, for attending the webinar. And once again, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. It's been a real pleasure. Thank you.